Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaylene and today I am actually coming at you with a last minute idea for a video. I was literally just here, I just did a thrifting video, and usually when I'm in the car I'm doing a thrifting video, and today is almost that, but it's because I have a specific craft idea and I need a specific item, so I need to go into the thrift store to buy that item in order to execute my craft idea. And you tell I'm feeling a little manic today. I actually had no idea what I was going to do today for a video, but I thought I wanted to sew, but I'm like really not feeling like tackling on a huge sewing project. I feel like this season is changing and like I also want to start hibernating, and so I'm not feeling as like ambitious, I guess. So I'm like, what on earth could I possibly post that's going to be entertaining and like fun to watch, and also like try to, you know, drive up my creativity a little bit while I, you know, feel like I might be getting a little seasonally depressed. Getting inspired by stuff like this for fall trends, and I don't like over consumerism. That is why I like thrifting so much. That's why I like upcycling so much. And so I don't want to just buy into all the fast fashion fall trends, and I would love to upcycle something and turn it into like a one-of-a-kind piece, but make it fall, make it like fun. I'm thinking like patchwork or quilt vibes would be like so cute and so cozy, and so that is what I'm going to be on the hunt for today. Hopefully I get lucky. It is Friday night. This is a last minute come to fruition idea, so hopefully it executes well and hopefully it pays off. But alas, here we are, so let's go thrifting. Immediately I find really cute jewelry, so let's try some stuff on. Like I would wear this to a fairy garden party for sure. This is the jewelry that I like and I want, but a part of me wants to stash it until tomorrow when things are 50% off. Just put it somewhere that no one will find. I don't know. I'm starting to look at and see if I can find like any quilts. Okay, wait. Okay, this is so cute. What? Wait, why was this like exactly what I was thinking of? It's $14.99 and it's as is, and it's like super stained, so I don't think it's meant to be. Wait, how cute would this be as like a tree skirt? It's also stained. That is so cute and Christmassy though. I'm just kind of looking through the fabric to see if anything would work. This is cool. I think I'm gonna stash stuff and just come like literally first thing in the morning, because look what I found. This is such cute fabric. Oh my gosh. This is also really pretty fabric. It has stars on it, but I like the velvet texture. I'm also obsessed with this fabric. Coming back for you, baby. Okay, so for the other project, let's see what sweatshirts we have. I need something plain. There's this, and it has a bunch of stains on it, but it's like maybe that's kind of perfect. This will only be $2, so I think I'm gonna grab this. Nothing else, just for the fabric. Okay, this purple color could be good. It's $8. Kind of seeing a whole lot of nothing. Okay, this is also maroon and half off. I think I'll try this one on. It would only be $4, so this could be a good base. Okay, actually, what if I switch gears and do it on an actual sweater? Can I sew on an actual sweater? How cute these sleeves are. I'm gonna try it on. Okay, so here's my dilemma. I think this is really cute, but it's like the same color as my skin, which I tend not to really gravitate towards stuff like that. But imagine just like a cute little patch right here. Could be cute, but yeah, it's just like messing with me because it like tone on tone. What do we think about this? It's a cream color, which I think looks better, and I really like the neck. It does have like a few snags, but again, I would be upcycling it. There'd be like patches right here, but I'm trying to think, is this like a sweater I would wear naturally? It's a contender. Actually, I think this might be the front runner. It's like a crew neck, which I really like, and I don't think it's ever been worn. It's so soft on the inside. It's more of like an athletic crew neck. I think that's kind of nice because it's not as thick. I really like the color, especially for fall. I like the way it fits, and I think like putting a cute little patch on here would be like very cute, and it's already half off today, so I think this might be the one, but I think I have one more to try on. I also found this. It's a shirt, but it kind of looks like a poncho the way that it's built. It has two cute little pockets here, and like, I don't know, could that be kind of cute? Decision. Got the goodies, and oh my gosh, that girl was so sweet. She ended up giving me a coupon for an additional $10 off, and most of the stuff I got today was already 50% off, so I did stash stuff. I stashed stuff all over the store. I'll put in pictures here. She's like, if you get here at like 8, there's gonna be a line for the door. I will be here at 7:30, so I can get the stuff that I want to get for 50% off, so I will see you then. I'm at a second thrift store looking for another quilt. Unfortunately, no quilts. They had nothing that I could even use like I wanted to. Like I want to make like a cute quilted-esque like patchwork style maxi skirt, but I'm pivoting because that is no longer an option. So when I come across the quilt, I will make that. Right now, it's like I can't find one. I don't want to keep searching. So I'm gonna come up with something else. For now, I think we can start on the patchwork sweater. So when we get home, I'll show you all the materials I got to start making it, because I'm very excited for it. I think it's gonna turn out literally so cute and sustainable, which we love. Let's talk materials. I have some ideas floating in my head, and some of this, it might be too big for one video, so this might be broken up into another video, but we'll just see what I can do. First things first, what I know I'm going to be doing in this video is a patchwork sweatshirt. So as you can recall, I got this sweatshirt from the first thrift store. This was $4. This as a base for the sweatshirt, and then as a reminder, this is kind of the idea I'm going for, something patchwork on top. I've seen some people do like quilted pattern on top or some just fabric. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and honestly I think it would be a great way to use fabric scraps and stuff that you have laying around. Of course, I'm slightly extra about it, and I have a very specific idea in mind, which I don't have fabric scraps for the most part, and so I did thrift a few things. Let me show you the vision. I want to do a goose on the front. I just think that's cute, like silly goose. I just think it's very cute, very whimsical, and I think it's gonna be like really minimalistic. I'm not like an artist by any means. I'm not gonna be like a scrap fabric artist here, but I think doing something along the lines of this picture here with white fabric, orange fabric, and I really like the blue actually. I think that's really sweet and really cute, so something along those lines. So when I was thrifting, I was thinking through those thoughts because I really was kind of set on doing a goose. So that's what we're doing today. At the thrift store last night, I ended up getting this sweatshirt, and it is quite thick, but it's kind of like a creamy white, which I prefer. This was $2.50. It is super stained, so it's like if I didn't buy this, I don't know if anybody would have. I'm saving things from the landfill. I don't need that much of it, and then I can just pour it onto this as like a base white color for another project too going forward. And at the thrift store today, I found this fabric, this shirt, and I was like, is this not the perfect like bow? It has all these cute little flower details on it. I think that is adorable. And this shirt was $2.50, half off. And lastly, I have this shirt that I probably purchased like 5 years ago that I've never worn because like it is too bootylicious for me. I don't want to wear it. It's not sturdy. It's not like a solid top, you can imagine. I am going to donate this to the cause. I love the fabric. I think that's why I've held on to it for so long. I think this will be perfect for the beak and the feet. I'm really excited about that. That's project number one. Project number two, I have some ideas. I always have ideas, but to like execute the ideas, I don't always do. So here are my thoughts. I thrifted this fabric last week, if you remember, and I literally am obsessed with the pattern of it. I think it is so pretty, and I've never actually sewn a zipper before, and I want to learn. So I thought this fabric, like there's not a ton of it. This would be like a perfect pillowcase fabric. Okay, this could be a guinea pig for me to learn how to like actually use a zipper. So this could be like a little cozy activity, is making a pillowcase. And I got a pillow today that I actually do like the pillow of, so one day if I don't want a pillowcase on it, I can just use the actual pillow. This also was like I think $1.50, $2. Another option that I could do is I've thrifted a few of these blankets, the ones with the tassels, and I've seen people turn them into jackets or hoodies, and I think that's so cute, and I've always been like a little intimidated to do that, but I have 3. One, because I just like them as blankets. I think they're really cute, but also this is very cozy, very fall vibes. Like it's literally a blanket for your arms. Like that couldn't be cozier. I think that could be fun, and maybe I could turn that into a jacket. I'll put in some pictures here. I've never made a jacket before, so that would also be new to me, but it's something that I want to learn, so maybe I just give it a go. The last idea I have is like I was kind of set on making like a quilt blanket skirt, and that was not coming to fruition today with what I could find. But you know me, you know I love skirts. I could live in maxi skirts all year long, honestly. So a part of me is like, do I still try and continue? Because I also want to learn how to make a drawstring tie instead of doing elastic, and so this could be a good project for that also. Today when I was thrifting, I found is like a king size duvet cover, but it's pink velvet, and I'm obsessed with that. I could create a skirt somewhat like this. I am obsessed with this skirt. I ordered her from Depop, but she doesn't fit. I have a lot of materials, and I think that could be also fun to make a tiered maxi skirt with different materials. Like I said, this might be literally way too much for one video, so thinking of leaning towards doing the pillowcase instead of the skirt, and maybe doing the skirt next week, because I have materials and I want to do it and I want to practice, but I don't know if I can fit it all into one video and still post on time. So I want to wash and dry these clothes from the thrift before I do anything, get them all fresh before I start working with them. I too want to freshen up a little bit, so I'm gonna go do all that, and then when we come back, we're gonna start the pillowcase. Instead of explaining what I'm doing here, because truthfully, I don't know what I'm doing. This is a first for me too. I am just going with the video and hoping for the best. A lot of my other videos get a lot more love rather than a lot of my sewing videos, which is totally fair. Not everybody sews, so I totally understand that. So if you watch this and you don't actually sew, like thanks for watching anyways and sticking around. My goal with this whole channel is just to inspire you to create. Right now, my hyperfixation hobby just happens to be sewing because it is a skill. It takes so much more effort to learn how to sew than I thought it would, and it's not necessarily like it's hard. hard, but to make things that fit your body the way you want them to, especially because I upcycle a lot of things, like that is hard. I'm not using patterns, I just go for it. So my hope with my videos is just to inspire you to pick up a hobby that you're no longer doing, or to find a new hobby and learn a new skill, or to, yeah, dust off that sewing machine. I wanted a sewing machine for years. I actually ended up asking for gift cards for Christmas 2 years in a row so that way I could purchase a sewing machine, because it was a bigger investment and I wasn't quite ready to make the investment because I didn't even know if it was a hobby I was going to like. And then I purchased it and I still just had it sit in the box for a year because I was really intimidated to learn. One thing I can say is, yeah, sewing is hard, it is a skill, but it's also not impossible. And I think it's really cool learning a new hobby, especially like later in life. Obviously we learn all these things when we're children, we pick up all these hobbies when we're trying to find our thing as a kid. But as an adult, finding hobbies that you thoroughly enjoy can sometimes be a little bit intimidating because we're not naturally always good at it immediately. And I don't think you have to feel like you have to be good at something to start something. My sewing projects have gotten exponentially better since I started sewing. And also, I could talk all day about this, but obviously I'm curvy and clothes don't always fit me. And that is one of the main reasons I wanted to learn how to sew, was to either adjust my wardrobe and adjust the clothing that I could buy so that way it did fit me properly, or to learn how to make my own clothes for my body. And I've done those things and I've learned how to do it, and it makes me feel really good about myself, and it makes me feel really confident, and it's my art, it's my craft, and it makes me feel really happy when I do it. Frustrated, yes, but happy more so. And obviously I'm very passionate about sustainability. I love our planet, I love nature. I studied sustainability in college. That's currently what my full-time job focuses on. And I just read somewhere the other day that we have enough clothing on our planet right now to clothe the next 6 generations. That is insane. And yet we're still pushing out fast fashion like crazy. My whole goal with this whole video and enlarger my channel is to, yeah, inspire you to create, but also to inspire you to take inspiration from trends you see online and maybe repurpose things, rework things, give things a second life rather than just immediately purchase new things. Learn a new skill while you're at it, get a little creative, get a little artsy fartsy, and create something homemade, unique, one of a kind, something that you can cherish forever. It's good for you and it's good for the planet. For this patchwork sweater, I want to work smarter, not harder here. And I think how I'm going to do this is, instead of just like cutting out the shape that I need and then just sewing that on, I feel like the edges could fray and I feel like it would kind of look like a bit unfinished. I think I'm going to double line it. So sew it with whatever thread and then flip it inside out. And then from there, I'll have a double lined patch that I can sew on as a top straight stitch, or maybe like a cuter stitch that I have with like colored thread that somewhat matches the fabric. I don't have exact, I just have to go for what I have. And then one unison color for the entire goose, I think. Okay, let me show you. I don't have orange thread, so I was thinking about using like this light pink. I think it complements it well. For the blue, I have this thread. Again, not an exact match, but I think it complements it well. For the white, I do have an exact match, so yay there. And then I think in terms of like attaching the whole thing together, I just want it to look like one patch around the edges. And so I'm just gonna have one color around the edges, but then to attach like the beak to the body, I'm gonna like make sure that the fabric makes sense and coordinates so it kind of blends in. I already have my black thread in the sewing machine, and so I'm just gonna start with that because I'm just gonna be sewing it and then turning it right side out anyways for the most part. I think I want the patch to sit somewhere like right here. I just drew it out pretty much to size. That is so cute. Okay, yeah, I'm excited. That's gonna be literally adorable. I'm just cutting out the white fabric. I do want to allow myself 1/2 inch of seam allowance, that way when I flip it right side out, it is the right size. I'll be cutting along this dotted line, but first I'm gonna pin it to the back so that way I have 2 sides. I cut the white and blue fabric out as I could see it rather than turning it inside out, just so that way I knew I wasn't drawing over a stain and I was getting the pattern right on the blue fabric. I have flipped everything right side out except for this. This was already right side out. So now I can start sewing along the edge. So I'm just sewing around the edge and then flipping it inside out. So this is what it looks like when I first sew it. And then I'm going to like ever so carefully flip this inside out. When you do get it right side out, it'll look something like this. Same with the bows. So cute. You could always trim off some of this excess, but I kind of like how plush it makes it look. It's more 3D and I kind of like that. I'm also finding that the thicker the fabric, the easier it is, honestly, to flip it inside out and to sew. It's not getting stuck in the sewing machine. Whereas my blue fabric, it is getting a little jammed. Something to note, the beak, so cute. So for these, I had it like a fun shape. It was getting absolutely obliterated in the sewing machine. And so I think I need to hand sew these, and I don't hand sew. So I don't think I even have any needles. So I need to run out and get some, but honestly, then I don't know, maybe just hand sew it all together and then do like an embroidery stitch around it all. I'm kind of like figuring out what I want to do still. For all of these little pieces, they need to be sewn shut still. There's an opening right here. So I'm gonna hand sew all of these and do a slip stitch to close all of those up. I left the bottom of the goose open, so I was able just to slide the feet into the opening at the bottom. I'm just gonna try to sew that closed all together. I am having a hard time sewing these and then turning them right side out. I just feel like maybe it's too narrow. I like left space and I'm using a loop turner. I still can't get it. This isn't really the most important part anyways, and I have already finished the bow, so I'm thinking I might just do the bow. So now I'm gonna hand sew this bow together and then sew this bow to the goose. How I sewed on the beak, it's not pretty on the back, but I just did it enough so that way like it's sturdy, it's not going anywhere. So I think I'm just gonna do the same thing for the bow. This is literally so cute. What the back looks like just to reinforce it on there. Now I need to figure out how to attach this to the sweatshirt itself. Just want to make sure I get the placement of it right. I'm thinking embroidery thread just because it's thick and it'll give that like patchwork feel I'm thinking of. I've decided to do a blanket stitch with some embroidery thread all the way around the goose. I just think it makes it look like patchwork. I think it's cute and I think it'll hold up really well. I chose a color that I thought would be complementary towards the sweatshirt. That way it's a good contrast between the goose and the sweatshirt. And I've just done a little bit so far and I'm really liking the way it looks. I think that looks very cute, very homemade. I'm using an embroidery hoop just to make it easier because otherwise I'm like swimming through fabric. The projects are finished. Let me show you. Okay, how cute is my pillow? One thing I didn't really think about when I was doing it, the zipper is black, so I was like, oh, I'll just use black thread, but it's like you can clearly see the black thread, but also it's like I'm just gonna put it down like this. It is so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. And honestly, it was low-key a little small. I feel like I must have done a little extra seam allowance than the tutorial I was following because I'm a noob. I don't know what I'm doing. So I really had to stuff this pillow in here, but I think it looks so cute. I'm probably gonna make a second one of this at some point because I have enough fabric too. I just would need another zipper. And how cute would this be on the bed as the decorative pillows on the bed? Like that is so cute. And now I can say I've done a zipper. Do I know how to do it well? Not necessarily, but I know how to do it. And for the project we're all probably most excited for, here she is. Okay, let me put her on. Let me put her on. You guys, I'm literally obsessed. This is so cute. I ended up leaving the bow and the feet as like 3D. And I kind of wish I would have done that with the beak just because the beak does kind of look a little messy. But honestly, I am so obsessed with this. I think it is so cute. It is very cozy. Honestly, I already wore this. I finished this yesterday and then I went thrifting and I was like, I'm gonna wear my art. And I was like feeling so accomplished strutting in the thrift store with my all upcycled sweatshirt that I made that looks like a cute little silly goose patch. Like, it's so cute and whimsical. I am obsessed and I love her. And with that, friends, that was making 2 cozy fall crafts, all from upcycled materials or secondhand materials. I think that's pretty cool. And it just goes to show that you don't need to have a lot of money to decorate for fall or to be more festive for fall. And 2, you can find secondhand materials that resonate with fall. I'm sure the thrift store has stuff that you can decorate with. During fall, I feel like there's this huge push for consumerism, but you don't have to necessarily consume all these brand new things that they're shoving down your throat in order to like be cutesy and whimsical and decorate for the holidays. That this goes for any holiday for that matter. I honestly just wanted to do some crafts today where I didn't know how to do them. I didn't know how to do a zipper and I'm like, well, what's the easiest way to learn how to do a zipper? A pillow. And now I have this really cute pillow that I'm gonna make a second one for because I'm literally obsessed with it and it's adorable and it honestly wasn't even that hard. Like now I can just honestly whip out another pillowcase. And the goose sweater is literally so cute. I want to do it with so many other things, like honestly maybe even making other patches and adding it to this one sweatshirt. I feel like that would be so cute and also maybe a good way to use up scraps. I'm gonna look in my like scrap closet and just see if there's anything that I could upcycle to add as patchwork to something else or to this sweatshirt that I've already made because I literally think it's so cute. And yes, so fall. It's definitely going to be my new cozy time fall sweater. I'm really happy with these projects and every time I do a project or every time I do a craft, it's just to inspire myself and to inspire you guys. One, think outside the box. See what you can make out of leftover or scrap material. Go to the thrift store, go on 50% Saturdays, save money, and yeah, see what you can turn it into. Not everything has to be trash. Not everything is destined for the landfill. If you can think of another way to use it. And I think that's what makes me so excited about this channel is that I am able to think outside of the box and like figure out new projects to make without breaking the bank and without killing the environment.
I hope this inspires you. If you were to do a patchwork sweater, what would your patch be? Give me some ideas, because I'm thinking I want to do more of these. And if you like videos like this, or you just like seeing my face, hit the subscribe button. I post videos almost every week. I like to thrift, I like to upcycle, I like to craft, and I like having you here with me. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if nothing else, I just hope this video encourages you to stay creative, stay inspired, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Also, I just got this shirt off Depop. Do we love? I'm obsessed with her. It's giving all fall vibes. I love.
Oh my goodness. Technical difficulties.
Do I hoard it and hope that like maybe one day I'm like a little more snatched? I'm going to a Turkish lamp making class, so I gotta go.